Hello, America and curling fans from Canada and Newfoundland. This is your host, Ryan Olson, with the latest draw from the 2026 DoubleTakeout.com MoPac Championships. It's the last game of round robin play, game number nine, draw number nine. Eight teams on the ice. Team McLean has finished their campaign. They have the bye this round. So going from right to left, going over the teams on the ice. On sheet A on the right, we have Team McDonald from Coyotes and Wine Country taking on Team Aces from Silicon Valley Rock Creek. Our featured game between McBride and Barajas. McBride is from OC Curling in San Francisco, Barajas from San Francisco. On sheet C, the game between Team Coleman from San Francisco taking on Team Endicott from Coyotes. And then on sheet D, we have Team Gilbert in the blue uniforms from Oval Curling and Nashville, taking on Team Cerna from Coyotes, San Francisco, and Wine Country. So that is the schedule of affairs, the menu on tap tonight. Three of these games could have implications for the championship, possibly setting up tiebreakers for Sunday morning at around 9:20 a.m. and maybe a second tiebreaker at 1:50 p.m. All time specific. I'll let you guys know more about those scenarios as they unfold. But the first three games, A, B, and C, have the possible playoff implications. As in the last draw, Team McBride, who we're watching tonight, went up against Team McDonald, and Team McDonald was able to edge McBride and take the win. She had the hammer. Was able to take the win and deal the first loss to the heretofore undefeated McBride. So there are two teams with one loss. That is McBride on sheet B and Coleman on sheet C. So we'll definitely pay close attention to those games. But Team McDonald is also in the hunt. They have two losses. So we see Team McDonald do a practice slide as we are about to get underway. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them in the chat. It is MoPac After Dark, so we definitely enjoyed getting a beverage of one's choice. It can be, hot Jello, hot Dr. Pepper. It can be even hot pickle juice. I don't know. It's MoPac After Dark. Do whatever you want within reason. Drink responsibly. All right. So definitely glad you guys are here. And we are going to zoom in on our feature game where we see Christina Ludo in the hat. So that means after the practice and the draw shot challenge to see which team would be closest to the center of the house, it was McBride that won that honor. And now we have Christina for Barajas throwing the first rock. Looks like this might be going into the rings with the outturn counterclockwise rotation. This has been a fun tournament. They've done a full round robin. This is the first time I've seen so many games. She just drew the button with that first shot. That is great. Eight games. So this has been a kind of a test of endurance and skill, obviously, as we see Amy Verway Cohen with her first. Looks like Claire is working to hold the line. Indeed, they are off. This is not coming back. That's going to flash the shot rock. So just a opening miss for Amy, but I'm sure she'll get her C legs before long. So this gives Tristina a chance to put up a front stone, I believe, or a guard. Sounded like it needed to curl. It does need to have a long way to go. Also a little on the light side, but the line is the most important part as it does kind of finish back towards the center, covering about 20% of the shot stone in the house. Good effort. It's a mid guard though, actually, so not a bad place for it. Just needed another half rocket curl. As we see Amy's second stone looking to pop out the shot stone from the other side after missing on the right. She's going to tackle it from the center of the sheet. This is tight on the guard. It does tick the guard. Let's see if the guard stays in play. It will. And that guard was not on the center line, so it does not get replaced as part of the no-tick rule. The 5 rock free guard zone rule applies to that stone. The shooter rolled into the top of the house, though, as we see Eric Chiarella Jensen with his first, I think, looking to replace that guard with his first rock. Working to push it over, seeing that sweep from Tristina. And it's going to get to the top of the house, cover about, again, 20% of that shot stone. But it's a lot closer, so I think McBride just wants to try to peel that out. This is Cameron Ross with his first. Looking to peel the front stone, maybe run it back for a double. Doesn't look like a double right now. Oh, it's close though. It runs the yellow back onto the shot stone and pushes the yellow shot stones out of play. The front stone that got ran back rolled open to the right. So that was a good shot there from Cameron. Next rock coming from Eric. Looking to hit and make some contact on the blue that's in the top of the rings. They don't want it to jam, and it doesn't jam. It does a hit and no roll. So calling for an 11. So that's kind of a soft weight takeout for Cameron's second stone. Looks like it's going to be on the yellow that was just put up. And the shooter's going to roll wide right or towards the top from this view. So good effort. Just a little tight out of hand, it looks like. Does open up the house a little bit more. As we have Kate Garfinkel delivering her first rock of this end and this final game of round robin play. It's been a pretty efficiently run tournament because each team only has one bye. Otherwise, they're on the ice playing 1 of 4 games per draw. It's a lot of curling, especially because the format for Mixed Fours means that you have to have 2 men and 2 women, no more, no less. Uh, and that means you also alternate between the gender man, woman, or woman, man. And it also means that you can't substitute a player because it doesn't work out. It could work out if you had like 2 subs, but that's a lot of players. As that front stone covers about uh, 40% of the shot stone. So Claire Blasky is going to take it on from the other side. Going to go the out turn. Well, in turn for her, she's throwing lefty. This is kind of a, it was floating wide, but it's coming back now. And it's going to just kiss and miss as the shooter rolls towards the back of the 12 foot, kissing the shot stone back further under cover, giving Jesus Barajas a chance to draw and put another stone in the top of the house. So this is Kate's next stone. Looking to draw. This is the other handle from what she threw with her first. Going for the intern clockwise rotation. Want to make sure it gets buried. And look at that finish. That's pretty much exactly where Barajas wanted it. It is pretty well buried. And it's lined up though, so you can see McBride looking at maybe trying to line up a double or maybe a triple. That high yellow onto the yellows in the house. As we see Claire get set for her next rock. Does peel the guard. That yellow jams on the back blue and then rolls to the back 12 foot for third shot. So bit of a rocky start, no pun intended, for Team McBride. And Barajas is sitting in a position to steal right now. The question is how much he might be able to steal. It did open up the rocks in the house. So it appears that Jesus Barajas is going to try to put up another front stone, a guard, as he makes his way to the hatch and delivers his first rock without the hammer here in the first end. Let me show you which team has the hammer. There we go. Looking to put up a guard with the intern clockwise rotation. Line's the most important, so they're working to push it over as much as they can. Looking pretty good as it does settle in a front guard position, covering about 60%, let's say, of the second stone in the rings. That yellow that's in the back 4 foot is currently shot. So they were looking at Claire was looking at the angles to see if they could maybe double or triple some of these stones out of play. Uh, it looks like they might be able to get two of the yellows out of play, but they wouldn't be able to get three necessarily. Because to hit, so they'd hit the top yellow back, and then to get that third stone out, they would need to hit it at such an angle that the first stone would probably stick around. That's just kind of based on my rough, uh, my rough geometry. So they're opting to draw around their own guard down the center, which seems like a plausible course of action. As we have Justin McBride step into the house, the hack, pardon me, for his first rock of the game. Looks like this might be a little light, as Claire was encouraging the sweepers to just get a little bit more on that, and it ends up in the top 12. Looks like it might be fourth shot or fifth shot. So the order of rocks right now is you have Barajas sitting 1, 2, 3, and then maybe 4, and then we have McBride sitting maybe 4, maybe 5. So it's a tricky, sticky wicket for McBride as Kate has the broom down for Skip Barajas. This is his last rock without the hammer. So looking to, I think, just trying to take away the raise. So it's going to crash on the guard and then roll wide left. So it takes away one of the run bats, but there's still a port. There's a gap. If McBride wanted to take it on, and there might be a way there might be a reason why they're not looking at it right now, and it's maybe because it's such a long run back. So they could try to run back the blue into the house. Uh, the safer shot with the higher likelihood of success is to just draw down, I believe. So looking to get around that high guard and going to settle in, hopefully full 4 foot for a single point. So great pressure put up on Team McBride by Barajas as we see Justin McBride with his last here in the first end. The hammer. So it needs distance and needs curl. Definitely needs the distance. It's going to outcount 1. Is it going to outcount 2? And the answer is no. Outcounted 2. So there's 2 that definitely did count. And so that's going to be a steal of 2 for Team Barajas. They're going to go up 2-0, but McBride will have the hammer when we come back for the second end here at the 2026 Mixed Fours Playdowns on the curling.gg network. And coverage of this event is being brought to you by doubletakeout.com, offering a unique way to view how your favorite team, men's or women's, stacks up against the competition. You can sort by different categories and see how they stack up against other teams from their nation, like US versus US and Canada versus Canada. Doubletakeout.com and by curling.gg. Curling.gg is proud to be an official sponsor of Team Canada's mixed doubles champions, Brett Gallant and Jocelyn Peterman. And by Endgame Curling, elevate your game with Endgame Curling. Learn more at endgamecurling.com. I'm about to start the second end here with Christina delivering the first rock. I think looking to maybe draw into the top of the house. That's a dart. Looks like it might be on the center line. It does appear to be on the center line, so the no tick rule will apply for the first 5 rocks of the end as Amy delivers her first rock. Looking to draw around from the other side. Weight looks maybe a little light. This could be a tighter guard to the rings. It might slip into the top of the rings as well, as they do get the biter. So they could hit and roll, or they could try to draw around. And it looks like Barajas has the broom to draw around. Around the guard. Now the question is, how deep will it go and how far buried? And it looks like it's going to settle in right on the back button, really covered. So a great shot there by Christina for her second stone. Okay. And it had some allergies, I think, come in today. So I've been doing my best to not have body noises on the broadcast, just because it's not professional, kind of not cool. So that draw from Amy, just a smidge heavy, I believe. It could set something up later in the end. As Eric's first rock heads down the way, looking to, I think, tap out the blue that is in the back forefoot. Weight looks close. And it does tap that blue to the back 12. Looks like it might be out of the house, but hanging on to the edge of the sheet. Rocks cannot be removed from the back of the sheet unless they cross fully that back line. So McBride, the 5 rock rule is over, so he could peel the guard now, open things up. He could also maybe try to run the blue back. And the other option is to draw to the top of the button first, as he said. As we have Cameron throw his first. Line looks good. I don't know if the weight is on target. Okay, so that was more of a tap back. Coverage of this end is being brought to you by doubletakeout.com. With the Olympics around the corner, you can see how your favorite team, men's or women's, stacks up against the competition. See how they fare against similarly ranked teams or teams from different ranked tiers. It's very interesting to sort through different information as a data lover's dream at doubletakeout.com. And so Barajas was opting to draw. It's looking pretty good. And taps the shot stone and then rolls wide open a little bit. So you can see that shot stone, and there's a bit of a pile. So that this to provide some backing. So I think that's what McBride is looking for. So just another heavy draw. I think looking to tap the yellow. I think pretty close to nose. I think would be good. It's not curling up. It actually hits the yellow and then deflects onto the blue. So it ends up pushing the blues to the back 8 foot and leaves two Barajas yellows as the first two counting rocks. So the broom is down for Kate's first rock. Calling for some curl. This is going to be a front stone or a guard, it appears, as it settles in, blocking the easiest draw path to the button in the front 8 foot. I've been kind of keeping score of each shot, and I gave it an 8 when the most you can give is a 4. So that shot was double great. It's an 8. Looking over the situation of the house, they're opting to peel the guard, and it does peel the guard, and it clips one of the blues on the way out. So the situation of the house is pretty unchanged. Barajas is really piling the rocks in, really ramping up the pressure on McBride, and he's looking to put up another guard to maybe try to take back a run back. But also, I think, kind of protect the situation of the house. So it's finding the right line is going to be pretty crucial for Garfinkel as her shot is away. Just looking to for a front stone, but this is going to end up tapping, and it's going to tap up the third Barajas yellow to the top 4 foot. So Barajas is now sitting 3, 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. And McBride is sitting 4 and actually 4 and 7. So Barajas is 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Okay. Lots of rocks in the rings. I don't know how helpful my counting was as we see Clara's next shot underway. Looking to move some granite. Gets 1. Uh, Removes the yellow that Garfinkel just put up. Not too bad though. Barajas is still sitting 3. So we are to the skip stones, and they're talking about putting up a guard. Again, the line is going to be crucial for this shot for Jesus. And this is going to be pretty similar to Kate's last stone. So the weight may be a little on the high side, a little heavy, and also the line is over curling perhaps a little bit. I maybe would have kept on that to maybe do a tap on the blue. I don't know if it would have gotten there, but it does an okay job of protecting the third rock. But it doesn't quite get to the blue for a possible run back, and that's what McBride is lining up right now. I think it was kind of tough to protect everything, so I think that may have been the best that Barajas could do. As Justin McBride is getting into the hack. Again, looking for another high precision shot coming from Justin McBride. Really trying to push it over. It's trying to get one of the yellows out, and then the shooter rolls wide. So that was a good outcome for Justin McBride. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. It just happens from time to time. So for Barajas, they're looking at what to do to prevent. I think they're still in steal mode, but they also don't want to give up multiple points. So McBride could. I don't think he can get both of those yellows moving. So I think looking to lock down the possible steal and force McBride to make a difficult draw or tap or something. This is Barajas's last. Looking to draw. I think the top 4 foot. They're pretty happy with it right now. Looks like it's going to get around the blue and settle in right on the button. And so I think the best shot for McBride is to draw on top as both Claire and Justin take a look at the rocks. And they're set up for the draw. So they're going to do their best to get a single point and not give up 3. Made sense to me. So last shot coming for Justin McBride. A draw going to need to be pretty similar to what Barajas just threw. And here we go. This is the hammer here in the second end from Justin McBride. Looking okay. It needs to make sure it has the distance, and it comes up a little light. So that is a steal of 3 for Team Barajas, and might be a tryout for Carmen Sandiego's Crime Syndicate. I don't know where I was going with that. But we will see what happens next as we return to the 2026 Mixed Fours Playdowns on the Curling.gg network. Welcome back. As Tristina gets set for her first shot, let's take our first look around the rings. As we do have scores being posted to bondspieler.com. Lots of action in the early ends here as we're keeping track of three games in particular, but all four games should be interesting. Sheet A, the contest between Team McDonald with the Bluestones and Team Aces with the Yellows. McDonald just scored three in the second end, so they're up 3-1. They are currently in the third position. Team McBride versus Barajas. Barajas is up 5-0. McBride has one loss currently, and so is currently in prime position to uh, claim the championship either tonight or with tiebreakers. But he needs to come back in this game to have his best chances. Sheet 3, the game between Coleman and Endicott. Team Coleman is the other team with one loss, and they forced Endicott to a single point with the hammer in the first end. And it looks like they have they're just starting the third end. And on sheet D, the game between Team Gilbert with the Bluestones from Oval and Nashville, going up against Team Cerna. Looks like there may have been a blank, and then Cerna cashed in with a 3 spot in the second, as Rocks are in play in the third end on that sheet. So we're keeping track with everything on Boss Wheeler. If you have any questions, also let me drop a note, and we'll do our best to give you updates. So this is Christina's second shot as she drew in with her first and second stones. And then Amy put up a corner guard with her first rock. So Amy's second stone is away. And this is going to, I think, be a tight guard. At least that's what Justin wanted, and that's what it turns out to be. So Barajas is going to put another rock in the rings. As coverage of this end is being brought to you by curling.gg. This is Eric with his first. Looks like a little wide. We'll see what happens when it finishes. So they're opting to have it go past the shot stone. Let me pull up the button camera. And they definitely didn't want it next to that top yellow. So it got a little bit of separation, but there's still a possible double there. And McBride is looking at a possible hit and roll, roll undercover. Curling.gg is drawing fast and has partnered with Jamie Sinclair from the Curl Up with Jamie channel to bring more curling insight to fans everywhere. Curling.gg. So looking for a hit and roll. So it's going to run the yellow back onto the shot yellow. The net result is taking out one of the yellows from the top of the house. Positive outcome. So the net's rock coming from Eric. Looking like maybe setting up a double. Just going to get one of the blues, and then the shooter's going to roll wide right and go out of play. So Justin's talking about the options. Looking like they're opting to draw around their blue in the rings. They said they're on the blue, and that's okay. Looking to maybe tap the blue back. Taps the blue back onto the yellow. Seems like another positive outcome. This is Kate's first. Going to tap one of the blues out, and then the shooter's going to roll to cover some of the center of the house. So good shot there from Kate. So Justin said he's giving Claire a little more ice for her first rock, which is away. Oh my goodness. I haven't been on the ice, but my shoulder, my neck are a little sore for whatever reason. So this was a little more ice, but the weight was just maybe a smidge up, and that leads to the blue going to the back 8 foot. So Barajas is sitting 2 right now. So I think for Barajas, McBride is going to keep trying that draw unless he finds a better opportunity. So I think asking Garfinkel to, I think, draw and put a front stone along that path might be a good shot selection. Oh. Looking pretty good. They're working to get a good finish on that stone. They might be able to curl it around. Nope, it gets right to the front stone right there. So it looks like McBride is going to be asking Claire to hit the stones on the left side from this view. Calling for curl. This is looking okay. Going to be blue onto yellow. It rolls the blue that was touched to the top 4 foot. But Barajas is still sitting 2. So McBride has a couple angles of attack. And so the question is, what does Barajas do to minimize the possibility of McBride forcing his way into the center of the house? So it looks like they might be looking to take away one of the angles of attack by hitting that outside blue and then rolling towards the center. That makes a lot of sense. I don't know if I would have thought of that, but that's one of the fun things about the game is that you kind of think of different shots that you can take, and
It definitely seems like a really good shot. We'll see if Jesus can make it. This is his first. Looks like he needs to curl about another half rock. Gonna hit and then roll. Oh, beauty. Hit it at the right spot on that outside blue. It rolls under the blue that was biting the forefoot, and so now Barajas is sitting three, and that storing area is now just a bit wider than a foot. That or 2 feet, pardon me. The innermost circle of the button is 2 feet wide. Some places it's 1 feet or 1 foot, but in this case it's two. Great shot there by Jesus Barajas. Soft weight too. So Justin McBride is getting set for his first. I think looking to do some cleanup, minimize the damage. That there's a yellow that's kind of hanging out that he's going to be able to tackle. Oh, it crashes on one of the top stones. Oh man. So just unlucky there. But that's why those front stones, those guards were in place. So good effort from McBride. Just either a little tight or over curled on him. Does get one of the yellows out of scoring position. So net struck coming from Barajas in a second. The call is to put up another front stone and kind of lock down those two scoring yellows and really force McBride to make a bonzer shot for one. Just again, you can feel the pressure. This is a pressure cooker tonight. And going for a guard, the line being the most important part. And man, so there is a chain that McBride could possibly run yellow onto blue onto yellow, yellow, yellow. Uh, but those staggered offset yellows at the top of the 12 foot are not helping him. So he's looking to, I think, do some damage control and drawing to the button, the edge of the button to cut Jesus down to a single point. I think that's a shot. Just a tricky situation, and it really is fascinating to see the teams that just kind of light on fire as the weekend continues. McBride has been pretty hot all weekend. Barajas, I think, had a couple of tough games at the start, but he's really kind of locked it down this past day and a half. So facing two, looking to draw to, I think, cut the damage down. This is close. Needs the weight, and oh my goodness. I think that's the second time that McBride has drawn. It's just been a little on the light side. So that's another steal of two for Barajas. Uh, This is the time of the game where I joke that the practice ends are over and we can start the real game, meaning that the the first three ends didn't count. I know that's not the case, and I'm sure that McBride also knows that's not the case. This is a real game, and we will see what happens in the fourth end. See if McBride is going to be able to find a gear to get into scoring position when we come back to the 2026 doubletakeout.com MoPac Championships. While I'm still talking, let's go around the rings. Again, those the three games on A, B, and C are the ones we're primarily interested in, as no score has been posted on any of those three sheets, but they are in their fourth end. Lots of blues in play on sheet A for the McDonald Aces game. McDonald has two losses. They're kind of currently in third place, but depending on how the Coleman and McBride games go, they could be in a position to play the Sunday tiebreakers. Currently, it's a 2-1 McDonald over Aces on A, and McDonald is sitting 2 in the house. Sheet B, that's our feature game. You know the score right now. Barajas has jumped out to a 7-0 lead over Team McBride. McBride only has one loss right now, and then the other team with one loss is Team Coleman on sheet 3, and that's a tight game between Coleman with the Bluestones taking on Team Endicott. They're playing their fourth end, and no score posted on the third, so we'll see what happens. And then sheet D, the contest between Team Gilbert from Oval Curling in Nashville with the Bluestones taking on Team Cerna from Coyotes San Francisco and Wine Country. And currently Cerna is holding on to a 3-2 lead. So we'll keep you updated on the games. Lots to play for in the last draw of round robin. This is what we want. This is what we want, and we set up the event. A lot of opportunities to really showcase one's skills and ability, and play a lot of games, competitive games with friendly people. So Christina drew in with her first shot, and then Amy put up a corner guard. And then we had a bit of kind of a hit and split on the yellow in the rings, and so now they're sitting 2 for Team Barajas as Amy's second rock is away. I think looking to go around the corner guard. This is going to be, I think, tight to the guard. Not that tight. It does get around the guard and settles in the T line. Not quite buried, so Barajas could probably try to draw down or uh, maybe run the yellow back, opting to do the takeout through the narrow port. He can't take out the guard until one more shot, as we see Eric Chiarella Jensen's first rock. Looking to go through the port. Looks like it's going to be close. On the money. Wow. Good shot there. And so Barajas is sitting 3. My goodness, I've said that. I've said Barajas is sitting 3 more than a couple times tonight. So I think McBride needs rocks in the range that he needs to prevent Barajas from getting more into scoring position. So I think they could maybe try like an in off, get rid of two of the yellow counting stones. Says that they're on yellow. It did stay on the yellow and taps that yellow up. This is Eric's second rock. Looking to hit the blue rock out just to really minimize the scoring opportunities for McBride. Looks like it's on target. It does clip the yellow on the way out, but there's enough energy for the blue to go out of play. So another good shot there by Eric. Coverage of this end is being brought to you by Endgame Curling. As we see Cameron get set for his second stone, looking to, I think, tap out one of the yellows. Working to hold the line. If it over curls, it's not too bad, provided it doesn't like go totally through the port. As it goes through the port, actually ends up in a really great spot. Good shot there by Ross. So coverage of this end is being brought to you by Endgame Curling. Elevate your game with Endgame Curling. Endgame's 100% carbon fiber brooms feature either a 7.5-inch head or a 9-inch head. Use eco-friendly fabric, offer adjustable pivot resistance, and provide a unique locking sliding position to help you deliver with confidence. Reach the next level with Endgame's leading edge curling brooms. Learn more at endgamecurling.com. First route coming from Kate Garfinkel. Looking to, I think, maybe tap up the yellow on that side of the ice. It's going to tap it up. The question is, how far does it go? And it goes to the top of the 4 foot. They're sitting one. They're sitting 1, 3, 5, and there's a lone McBride blue. That is the fourth rock. So now McBride's going to try perhaps the angle takeout. He said that's the easiest shot. I think this underscores how difficult the situation is for Team McBride. So Claire is lined up for the angle raise takeout or the in-off takeout. It's over curling, so they might maybe the grenade nose hit it, I believe. Oh, run over, run button camera. There we go. It gets one of the yellows to go away, and the blue sits around to be fourth shot, I believe. Barajas is still sitting one, and so I think he's probably going to like to maybe put another one or hit and roll. I'd like to hit and roll just because it reduces the McBride blues in the house. Even if he doesn't make much of a roll, he's reducing the scoring possibilities for McBride. So based on where the broom is, they are opting for that hit. looking not too shabby. Going to hit. It rolls slightly, but enough to get the blue out of the rings, and the shooter sits around to kind of muck up the front of the house. So that was a good shot from Kate. So I think maybe looking at a double might be the call here. And it does look like they made the double. That was a double takeout brought to you by doubletakeout.com. And so we went from having four Barajas yellows, we now have two, and then we also have like kind of a two McBride blues to create a bit of a blue yellow sandwich, which would maybe be like what blueberries and lemons. That could be something. Could be super tart, super sweet. I want to go to the store after this and test it out. All right, so Barajas is in the hack. That was a good shot there by Claire, by the way, to get the double takeout. This is Barajas's first, I think, looking to hit the blue out and then roll to protect the shot stone. This is over curling, so I think they're working to hold the line. And so they do get the blue to go away, but the shooter rolls too far outside. And so now McBride can make a play on that yellow, and he's got the broom there right now, wasting not a second as he slides down and Claire holds the broom. You can see teams are doing okay on time. They have 30 minutes of what we call thinking time. So after this is the fourth end. I apologize for not updating the scoreboard for that. So after the fourth end, you want to have about 15 minutes. And so McBride is just a little tight on time, but not too bad as his shot is away. They want to hit the center or the inside. Oh my goodness. They did hit the inside, but they hit it too thinly. So the shooter rolls to the outside 12 foot. And so that's kind of, it accomplished its goal, but it leaves a situation where Barajas can basically force McBride to a single point. So pros and cons, a little bit of a cloud to the silver lining, but you know, McBride is sitting shot, and I haven't said that very often this game. And we'll see how long McBride will be shot because Barajas is going to look to do a heavy draw. I think kind of hack the board weight to tap that blue out as his shot is away. They don't want it to wreck on those yellows in front of the shot stone. They don't want it to overcurl. So this is going to corner freeze. Wow. I thought they were just going to get rid of it, but that worked out really well. That was a freeze. I would think that Jesus is showing off right now. I say that jokingly, but their shot execution's been superb this game. Um, really forcing McBride to make some tricky shots, and that's kind of hurt McBride's shot scores in terms of judging each shot, which I am doing silently throughout this game. Oh man. I know silently judging someone is supposed to be bad, but that's what I'm doing. I'm taking notes. All right. So facing another tricky situation, we have Justin McBride sliding out with the hammer here in the fourth end. And I think just looking to do a hit on top to stick for a single point. They don't want to roll wide. They also don't want to roll out. And they got just enough of that for the single point. So the phrase monkey off one's back, I think McBride might be feeling that as they finally surrender the hammer after 4 ends and 7 stolen points. So we are headed into halftime on our feature sheet. Let me update the score. It's currently Barajas 7, McBride 1. And we'll be back in just a moment with the fifth end with Team Barajas holding the hammer for the first time in this game. And we'll see what happens. In the meantime, just another reminder and thanks to our sponsors of this event, including DoubleTakeout.com, offering a unique way to view how the top men's and women's teams stack up against each other, as it's updated throughout the competitive season at DoubleTakeout.com, and by Curling.gg, which has just launched a new beta feature that lets you upload photos and recreate real curling scenarios. Check it out and give it a try. And by Endgame Curling, elevate your game with Endgame Curling. Learn more at endgamecurling.com. Pausing the action. We'll be back in just a couple minutes.
As we're about to get underway in the second half of the game, it might be worth kind of talking about some of the possible scenarios here. Um, there's so many scenarios. I don't know if I want to get into it right now. I think maybe once we know at least a couple outcomes, maybe it might be worth digging into. But there's, I think, 16 different scenarios. Four of them would have tiebreakers. Four of them would have two tiebreakers. I think four of them would have no tiebreakers, and then there's stuff in the middle, apparently. There's a big document to check out. I'll see if I can parse it in a bit. But Kevin, our competition chair, put that together, and it definitely will offer some insight as we get closer to the tiebreakers. Which, if we do need tiebreakers, the first one will be at 9:20 a.m. tomorrow, and then if a second tiebreaker is needed, that would be at 1:50 p.m. all time specific. So it's been it's been a fun weekend, but it's been a little long as we see Amy's first rock turn into a high center-ish guard, but not on the center line. So Barajas is going to look to draw around with the first stone from Christina. And it does get around that guard. It might poke out the other side to confirm Jesus saying it might have overcurled a little bit. Not too bad, though. As Amy gets set to throw her second stone. She's been curling for 7 years. Was a champion at the most recent Women's Club Playdowns in Arizona. We'll be going to nationals for our region. Was third place last year. Went to the club nationals in 2024. Did not qualify, but lots of experience, including a recent participation in the U25 Junior Grand Slam at curling that was held up in Western Canada, I believe, and was also a participant in the Great Lakes Curling Association U18 Playdowns in 17 and 18. So puts up a center guard. That one is on the center line. And so Christina is going to draw around again, I believe. And Christina's been curling for 12 years. Was a bronze medalist in 2017 for Arena National Championship. Also, the B event winner at the 2024 Golden Gate Bonspiel here at San Francisco. The 2025 California Classic champion. Mixed Nationals bronze medals in 2025, and just boatloads of other experience in other MoPac regional events. Since that draw around was another beauty there from Christina Ludo. Hope you guys are having fun. MoPac After Dark. This is a wild and woolly finish. Woolly, woolly, woolly. It helps if you say words 3 times. I think that's from the acting chorus offered by William Shatner. One of the jokes was that Captain Kirk, to get more lines, he just basically kind of parrot someone's what they said back as a question. So it's like, deflectors on full. It's like, deflectors on full, and that way you get to seem like you're responding to the dialogue, and you get another line in. So that's the joke. I don't know how true it is. As Cameron drew to the top 8 foot. So opting to take out that blue that Ross just put up that is sitting in the top 8 foot. Can get at it with a hit just to the right of center. Looks pretty good. Going to hit, and it just kisses the shot stone. as and kind of caroms out of the back of the house. So Barajas is sitting 3. That was a good shot there by Eric Chiarella Jensen. So for Cameron Ross, he has been curling for 19 years. Past experience includes club national appearances in 23-24, also being at the MoPac Club Playdowns in 23-24. Went to the Junior World Championship in 2012, finishing in 5th place. I believe he could also have been playing as the 5th. I'm just hope he finished in 5th place. Also went to the Junior Nationals in 2010, 11, 12, and 13. Looking to draw the other side of this, ends up crashing on the guard. Does open things up a little bit, but hits the guard over to protect the draw path on the left side. So it sounds like they're going to draw into the pile with Eric's second stone. Eric's been curling for 27 years. Has experience at regional MoPac and national events, was also the 2025 California Classic champion and a 2025 Mixed Nationals bronze medalist. Calling for curl. The weight doesn't look too bad. Looking to go into the pile, it's going to hit, it's going to roll over slightly. So, Barajas, uh, this game, he has not been lacking for rocks in scoring position all game long. Especially, I've said, he's been sitting 3, now he's sitting 4. A pretty strong effort from Barajas. And it looks like McBride is going to do some cleanup, calling for an 11, which is just kind of in between backline and hack weight for Claire Blasty. Going for the counterclockwise rotation. And it does make some content and moves some of the yellows around. It gets one of the yellows to go away. So I think what Barajas is going to do is hit and roll as he taps the blue and gestures. Hopefully, he's going to roll under cover. Opting now to draw or guard. They're sitting 3 still, so I think opting to guard with the hammer, sitting 3. As we have Kate sliding out with her first. She has been curling for 18 years. 2022 Women's Club Nationals appearance, as well as several MoPac events, the 2025 California Classic champion, and a 2025 Mixed Nationals bronze medalist. So going for the guard, gonna tap and roll. So it does cut Barajas down to 2. Uh, but the question is, how might McBride capitalize on that situation? So Claire's going to throw a very similar shot to her last. Looking pretty good. Going to tap the yellow through the house out of play. And that blue is really kind of controlling the path to the button. McBride might be able to use that in a subsequent shot. So Claire, by the way, has been curling for 14 years. Kind of came to MoPac through Coyotes, where she finished, I think, part of her undergraduate education, and then is now in a higher, like a postgraduate education in the Bay Area. As Kate's second stone is away. Again, looking for the guard, which I think they're trying to take away the run back, which that does look to cover that. Some more of Claire's experience. 2022 Women's Club Nationals bronze. Mitt's champion for MoPac in 23. Went to Mitt's Nationals in 23 with one silver. She went with McBride, by the way, and a couple other curlers, I think, who are outside the region now. 2024 MoPac Miss Champion and 2026 MoPac Women's Club Champion. So this is, in terms of the skill and accomplishments and experience, both these teams have it in spades, but not clubs. Why would you have stuff in spades but not clubs or hearts or diamonds or purple shamrocks? I don't know all the marshmallows and Lucky Charms, is what I'm saying. Hope you guys are having a fun MoPac After Dark. Curling is supposed to be fun. I hope we're having fun tonight. Just kind of loosen things up just a little bit, kind of unfasten my non-existent tie. As we have Justin McBride deliver his first without the hammer. He's got 30 years of experience, has been the Playdowns champion for MoPac in 11, 18, 23, and 24. So he is definitely among the vanguard of curlers at this event. Looking to tap the blue onto the yellow. This is going to be close. And it does hit the blue onto the yellow. Yellow goes away. So now Barajas is sitting one. And right now, the situation in the house is Barajas is sitting 1-3, and McBride has 2, 4, and 5. So with another shot, McBride could be sitting 2, especially with that raise, trying to tap that blue in the Ohlone word back to the yellow. So they're coming down to talk about it. Let's see if we can listen in. So going for the guard, uh, playing fairly conservative, but when you're up 6, that's not too bad of a strategy. It could come back to backfire later. Just kind of the whole phrase that a prevent defense prevents you from winning the game. That's not exactly what they're doing here necessarily, but it's something to keep in mind. As Jesus Barajas is quickly out of the hack, looking to put up a guard. Jesus has been curling for 19 years here at MoPac and in the Midwest Curling Association before that. So that guard, I think, does prevent the easy run back. Lots of rocks in the range. You have kind of a star, like a that SpongeBob starfish character whose name escapes me, Patrick. I've never seen the show. We got a Patrick star in the guard zone, and then we also have a trying to look at the constellation. We have the old singular cell phone mascot in the house. Uh, so we for McBride there is a yellow blue raise to the button as a possible shot. And they either need a steal or force to really have a chance to jump back into this game. Let's see if we can hear what's going on. Oh, wow. So I was looking at the yellow blue rays. After Justin took a look around the rings, is opting for a long single blue raise, not any sort of tap back raise. So definitely seems like a smart call just to keep it simple. Um, oh, they can't hear the on ice audio. Well, I can. Sorry, Austin. Well, I can tell you it sounds better than mine usually does. Oh my gosh. Sorry about that. So, going to be, oh, wow, that was close. So it actually ended up angling the blue onto the yellow onto the blue, but it looks like it is Barajas that is sitting shot when it's all said and done. Okay, so Barajas is sitting one, I believe. They could be just happy with the one and just go up 7 points again. I think they do want to try and get a second point here. It's possible to draw through the gap and tap that yellow up for the second point. There's a danger of kind of going back onto the blue for whatever reason. She Sorry, I'm interacting with the teams on the other sheets. All right, so as they're talking about the setup on our feature sheet, uh, um, I think they're looking at maybe trying to draw. They had a couple different options. They could draw through the ports and tap the yellow up. The other choice is to try to draw all the way around. That's the safer choice, perhaps, and hopefully be full 4 foot for the second point. I think that's less chance of success, but less danger of giving up points here. So Jesus Barajas gets set. Jesus, some more about his record. Uh, he finished third at the America's Challenge, skipping for Team Mexico in 2021. Was also the 2025 California Classic champion, as well as a mixed nationals bronze medalist last year. So this is the last rock for Jesus. This is the hammer. And sweepers are just kind of walking it down. I don't think they have a high probability of success as they kick the rock. It's not going to get there. And as they take a look around the rings, I do think it was just a single point. Maybe wait for them to post it to be sure. So pause the action. While we're on a break, just really quickly. Oh, they're shaking hands. So that was enough for McBride. So early night for Team McBride and Team Barajas make the final 8-1. And we will switch to a more competitive game in just a moment. But before we leave Team McBride for the night, I just want to let you guys know about Justin McBride's unique role with OC Curling. He's the campaign lead for OC Curling's dedicated ice committee. And the club is working hard to be the next dedicated ice curling club in MoPac, our region in the American West, not including the Pacific Northwest. They've spent about 18 months fundraising and just signed a lease for their new forever home in Santa Ana, California. It's about 10 minutes outside of John Wayne Airport, 15 minutes from Disneyland. The new happiest place on earth is going to be OC Curling, I'm sure, and 20 minutes from the beach. They're still fundraising to be able to complete the project, and there's more information at ocdedicatedice.com. That's ocdedicatedice.com. So, uh, can't tell you what to do, but it might be interesting to learn more about that. So, as we see Team McBride and Team Barajas leave the ice. Let's take a look at the standings, the live standings right now. They get updated as the games progress. And so right now, the standings have Team Coleman at the top of the table at 6-1. McBride slipped to 6-2, and then Team McDonald's at 5-2. So we could have a situation where we have all three of those teams at 6-2. We can have Coleman at 7-1. A lot of games still to play, and then we have Barajas, Aces, Endicott, Gilbert, Cerna, and McLean bringing up the rest of the table. So let's also go around the range and then find a game to jump into. Uh, this camera setup at San Francisco Bay Area is quite nice. Definitely, again, appreciate Tony for helping me set it up, and also all the other volunteers for their hard work this weekend. So I do think we want to jump to the Coleman game, as Coleman has come back with, I think, the 3 spots in the 5th end to take a 4-2 lead the over Team Endicott. So let's jump into that game, and then we will let's update the other games while we're on this screen, and then we'll move over to sheet 3 or C, depending on who you ask. Sheet A on the right, we have Team McDonald pulling ahead from Team Aces, 5-1. Sheet B, that was our feature game. We saw the final there, 8-1. Team Barajas over Team McBride. Sheet C, we're talking about just now. We'll jump into that in just a moment. And then on sheet D, we have the contest between Team Gilbert and Team Cerna. Cerna is playing with the Yellow Rocks, holding on to a 4-2 lead over Team Gilbert. Gilbert hails from the Oval Curling Club of Utah, as well as Nashville. So with all that said, let us turn our attention to sheet 3, where Pillar Cam is fully in effect. Coleman scored 2 in the 5th end, and they are sitting 1 right now, very well buried behind a Christmas tree, behind several Coleman and Endicott yellows. Endicott might have a path to the button, crossing in off. I think that might be the better shot to hit the inside of the yellow and roll towards the center. Endicott does have the hammer at this end. As they talk things over. Sorry, moving some things around. I'll have the store bug up in a bit, but not right now. So the broom is down for Adam Endicott. I think this might be his last shot. He does have the hammer facing one. I think looking to draw through the port on the left side. So this is going to be interesting to see as Olivia Andre and Sean Tate are sweeping. Looking pretty good. Looks like it might be overturning slightly. Ticks off the guard, but maybe keep on it, see if they can get to the 8 foot, and they do not. So that is a steal of one for Coleman to go up 5-2 after 6. So a pause in the action. I'll be right back in just a moment to the 2026 DoubleTakeout.com MoPac Championships. Okay, we are in the 7th end as we see the lead rock coming from the lead for Team Coleman. That's going to be, want to make sure I get it right. It's Neil Hunter Smith. As coverage of this end is being brought to you by curling.gg. I won't keep that bug there for the entire end, by the way. I just wanted to definitely mention our sponsors because they are helping to power our broadcast. Curling.gg. Uh, Curling.gg is growing fast and has partnered with Jamie Sinclair from the Curl Up with Jamie channel to bring more curling insight to fans everywhere. Curling.gg. So Coleman's drawn into the top of the 8 foot, fighting the 8 foot ring. And the lead for Endicott, that's Cassie Endicott, has put up a corner guard down 3 with 2 ends to go. So looking to, I think, tap back with Nelson's second stone. Hunter Smith, pardon me. There's a little bit of broom stacking going on now that the round robin is over, and they haven't been broom stacking to this point. So I was thinking if they had saved up, like 8 beers and consuming them right now, which would not go very well, but might be might be fun to try to a certain extent. Please party responsibly. And so Coleman draws, I think taps forward, and so we have Cassie getting set for her second shot, looking to hit and roll or draw. Let's see the handle. Looks like they're going to hit. Just kind of based on the release there. Looking to, I think, oh no, they're going to put up another corner guard. So while that rock is settling down, I'd like to talk for a moment about some of the tiebreak scenarios. Like I said, Kevin, our competition chair, put together 16 different scenarios. With the first result, it looks like 8 of them have been taken care of. So we're down to half of the scenarios for tie breaking. As we see Coleman's net start coming from the second Abby Lynn head down the ice. I think just looking to put another rock into the house. Just again, just cranking up pressure. And that was a nice draw around that front stone to sit right on the lid. Great shot there from Lynn. All right, so now if Coleman wins this game and McDonald's wins the game, Coleman will be the outright winner, and there'll be a tie break between McBride and McDonald. Um, and that seems to be the likely scenario for a lot of these outcomes. Let's kind of go over a couple of scenarios in just a moment. So if Coleman wins this game, she's going to be the outright champion. If Coleman were to lose, I think that's the next scenario to look at. As Endicott draws to the inside of the second stone on the edge of the 4-foot, that is second shot. And Endicott's going to be able to do something with that later in this end. All right, so if Endicott were to win, McDonald were to win, then the scenarios would be a 3-way tie, and then it would, McBride would be the 1 seed. This is the 2 tiebreaker game. Coleman and McDonald would go to the first tiebreaker, and then McBride would be waiting to face the semifinal winner. So that's another scenario. That's the maximum chaos scenario, I suppose. As we see Abby's second shot tap the yellow up slightly, kind of jostles the stones around. Oh, I'm not quite sure what Endicott would need to do here. They're down 3 with 2 ends to go. They need to basically score at least 2 here with the hammer, and then steal 2 in the 8 to have a chance to win the game. They can also score 2 here, steal 1, and then go to the extra end. Which again, if you're rooting for maximum chaos, that's might be something to put your money on. All right, so let's see if there's some other scenarios to maybe check out. Nope. Okay, so some other scenarios. The other scenario would be if Aces beats McDonald. That goes back to Coleman being the champion in 2 of the scenarios, and then if that's if Coleman wins. So if Aces beats McDonald and Coleman wins, Coleman is the champion. If Aces wins and Endicott wins, then that goes to a tiebreak between Coleman and McBride. So some interesting scenarios to consider, especially as we consider the quandary on sheet 3, where again Endicott needs to find a way to score 2 or 3 here to really have a chance to come back in this game. So the broom is down for Sean Tate. This would be his second stone. And I think they're opting to draw. There would be 4 stones per team after this shot. So I think they could be looking to set something up here. They don't necessarily need to be shot right away. That's kind of something you need to learn, I guess, as you start out curling, is that some teams, they want to be shot right out of the gate at the start of the end, and then just kind of guard, and that can backfire horrifically.
I've seen it happen before. I've been too smart for that, of course. I usually let the other team get way ahead, and I have to try to force my way into the house with my last shots. I say that jokingly, but there's common pitfalls for curling, especially when you're starting out. So that Sean Tate stone is not shot. It's actually fourth rock right now, but it's in a position where uh, Olivia Andre or Adam Endicott for Team Endicott can cap that back. And so Coleman is going to respond by having the third for her team, Connor Robertson, draw on top of that. Calling for clean. It's looking pretty good. They don't want it to overcurl. So that does draw close to the guard. So Endicott has a couple options. They could maybe try to peel those two front stones. They could also maybe try to draw between that rock, that blue in the top 12, and the blue just on the right forefoot, and maybe just kind of wedge their way open. I don't like that now because that makes the tap back that Sean set up a little bit harder. So I think they're opting to peel the guard. I think I was thinking about trying to double those stones, but I think peeling one of them is the optimal outcome. As we see Olivia Andre with her first. Tate is, they're both working for the line. Okay. Taps the blue back onto the yellow. The yellow goes to the top forefoot just a little bit more. Um, Takes away that raise that was originally envisioned. Um, Endicott could still get there, but it might be a little trickier. They might need to take a couple shots to work that out. So both teams have, I don't know how much time both teams have. Their clock is behind the pillar. So the clock that we can see is for sheet D, or 4. So Coleman is sitting shot up 3. And the question is, what do they want to do? I mean, I think they'd be okay giving up a point here, forcing Endicott to 1. So after that conversation, I think they're opting to draw to the. I mean, essentially almost put the guard back up. If they go a little deep, that's fine. Again, it's the line that's the most important in the shot like this. As Connor delivers his second stone. So this is going to go for the guard. Again, the line is important as it is pretty high. That blue shot stone is so shiny. They can't really tap the blue on the right. I think they really need to open up and have a chance to hit. They could do yellow, blue, yellow, blue. That could be interesting.
as Olivia gets set. It'd be a tricky shot for Olivia. She's still a relatively new curler, about 5 or 6 years now, maybe more than that. I curled with her at a 5U uh, just before COVID, so she's probably been curling for 8 or 9 years. Time flies. So yellow, it taps the blue up, but the angles do not favor Endicott there. It favors Coleman to a point. They actually Coleman Endicott might have a shot actually. If they hit that blue at the right angle, they could maybe kind of sideswipe the shot blue, and that could be a way for Endicott to score two. Interesting puzzlement, as one might say. So I think they're looking to maybe just prevent that run back from happening. And I think the small text just below the T line says "Mi casa es su casa," which makes a lot of sense for a house that has the words La Liga Latina de Curling in such a prominent presentation. Some of these houses are really cool looking, by the way, folks. And just thinking about that, there's a lot of international representation and of female and other types of presentation at this San Francisco club. We were talking about Jesus Barajas before. He was a skip for Team Mexico at the America's Challenge. That was the predecessor to the Pan Continental Cup that has now been superseded by tiered championships that are coming into formation next year. The Pan Continental Cup will still be there, but it'll be more of a regional qualifier to the B Worlds. So interesting to see what will happen in the next Olympic cycle. Lots happening. Uh, Speaking of international representation, I know there's a lot of other curlers that represent national teams curling out of uh, San Francisco and several other clubs. So we got P and Raju for India. Um, Another couple curlers for Team Mexico on the women's side. It's great to see curling is for everyone, and I would not say more because I don't want to make things overly political, but curling is for everyone. It's a great sport because it's something that we found a way to get as many people as possible to play, and we would definitely appreciate people to come out and have a chance to take part in this sport that brings a lot of joy and happiness to so many people. And that's all I'm going to say. So after that discussion from Endicott, they're still trying to find a way into scoring position. And there's a lot of guards and there's a lot of stones in the forefoot, but not a lot of great angles for Team Endicott. So it looks like they're going to try to maybe hit the blue onto the yellow and kind of spin the blue back and then maybe set up an in-off for his last. Has some magic in that old stovepipe hat. I don't remember the song. Okay, so it does hit the yellow onto the blue. The blue spins back and goes out of play after tapping another yellow in the back. So it does open things up. Angles are the angles are now back in favoring Endicott on one path, and that is the hitting the center blue at the top of the house onto the yellow onto the blue to score two. So obviously, Gabrielle Coleman is going to take that away. Team Coleman controls its destiny in the in this tournament. Win this game, they are the champion. If they lose, they fall into a tiebreaker against either McDonald, sorry, yeah, either McDonald or McBride, depending on the scenario. So this is Coleman's first. And just looking to guard that run back path. And it's looking pretty good. And they wanted to keep it high to make any sort of long distance blue, blue, yellow, blue run back. Uh, take that out of off the table. So I think Endicott might want to take that on now, although he's also looking at that kind of uh, blue, yellow, blue, kind of squirt that blue back and have it go uh, to the back. It doesn't have to go very far. It just has to go to the back four as he kind of gestured. Let me just take a look at the time clock to see how they're doing. Endicott is tight on time. They have just about 3 minutes remaining to play in end and two stones. Okay. I was sneezing. Apologies. So, going for, I think back eight, back line weight. Needs to hit the blue on the top of the forefoot, basically right on the center or just to the left of center. It's on the guard. But they could do something here? Nope. Oh, is that the last rock? That was the last rock. So Team Coleman will take a 6-2 lead over Team Endicott as we are getting set for the eighth end. While they're taking their break, let us go around the range and see how the other games are going. All right, so McDonald is up 7-3, and Aces, we need a big end to be the spoiler in that game. Sheet B was our feature game where Barajas was fairly dominant over Team McBride, 8-1, and team on sheet C, Team Coleman is in the driver's seat for the championship. If they win this game, they are highly likely to win the championship. There might be a tiebreak. There's no tiebreak scenario if Coleman wins, because McBride has 2 losses and McDonald has 2 losses right now. McDonald needs to win to stay alive. On sheet D, the game between Team Gilbert of Oval, Curling of Utah, and Nashville taking on Team Cerna from San Francisco, Coyotes in Wine Country. They're all square after 6. Lots of rocks in play, but it looks like there is a Cerna yellow that is shot on the button. So we're keeping track of all the games as we continue. Moving back to our bonus coverage sheets, where bonus coverage is being provided by
is being provided by. I don't have the sponsors. Sorry. It's being provided by Endgame Curling. There we go. Endgame Curling. Don't you know? Uh, elevate your game with Endgame Curling. Reach the next level with Endgame's leading edge curling brooms and accessories. Its 100% carbon fiber brooms feature either a 7.5 or 9-inch head. Its no-slip silicone grip sleeve gives you unparalleled connection to your broom, and Endgame's unique three-piece travel handle makes traveling for curling easy. Learn more at endgamecurling.com. All right, so Endicott should be playing pretty fast. They're down to less than 2 minutes remaining, less than 3 minutes remaining, pardon me. And Coleman is just throwing through, uh, just minimizing opportunities for Endicott to hide stones, as Endicott needs 4 to tie, 5 to win. So Endicott looks like he's putting up another guard. Maybe a little tap up would be good, but it's going to be a mid guard there in the left side of the sheets. And so the 5 rock rule is over, and so Abby Lynn is going to do some takeout. By the way, the lead for, I think I mentioned the lead for Coleman at the start, but that is Neil Hunter Smith. And Cassie Endicott was the lead for Endicott. So we're going to peel one guard. The shooter goes out of play. They don't need it. And so now Endicott wants to draw around that other guard with Sean Tate's first rock. Hard to see the line, but okay, it's definitely going to get around the guard. Now the question is, how far will it go into the house, and if it will be buried? I'm going to say it's not very buried, so Coleman's just going to look to pop that out. As you see, she has the broom right on it for um, Connor Robertson. So that was Sean's last stone, by the way, as we are to the third stones. So that rock goes away. Endicott has 4 stones remaining, and each of those stones needs to count to have a chance. So looking to go around the guard once more with Olivia Andres first. I just drawing the other side. Looks a little heavy, although Adam was saying it was going to slow down. Needs to slow down really to have a chance, and it does slow down. Adam was right. So Connor's getting set for his second stone just to hit that yellow out, and there might be one more stone after this, but it might be close to the final here, folks. That gets rid of the yellow. That was a lot of force, and so like I said, there's one more chance. Raise the tight yellow guard into scoring position and then see what they can do. They also need to make sure that the shooter rolls into scoring position as Olivia delivers her second stone. And that shoots it out, and that is going to be handshakes for Team Endicott. make the final 6-2. And we can say now that Team Coleman is the champion of this mixed force Playdowns. So congratulations to Team Coleman. We do have a tiebreak likely tomorrow, but it's going to be for second place. We have Skip Gabrielle Coleman, second, sorry, Vice Connor Robertson, second Abigail Lynn, and lead Neil Hunter Smith. Congratulations to the rink from San Francisco for their win. They will be representing MoPac at the U.S. Curling Nationals, Mixed Fours Nationals. The Mixed Nationals are going to be set for, I'm just looking up now, set for Denver in mid-April. So they won't have to travel far for that event. Congratulations to them. So the situation now, let's go to well, let's see them celebrate just a little bit more. I'm going to take a brief pause. All right, let's pop to around the range and see how the two remaining games on the ice are going. I think let's drop in on sheet one really quickly just to see if they're still playing. And they're done. So Team McDonald won that game over Team Aces. And so the playoff field is set. Let's drop in on the remaining game on the ice, the contest between Team uh, Gilbert with the Yellow Rocks playing Team Cerna. It's a close game there. Cerna's tight on time. They have 90 seconds remaining to play this last end. No score posted, so I'm not sure who's up. It looks like Cerna scored just based on the fact that we have Tessa Parker throwing. No, she's just cleaning the rock. Gilbert is the second. He skips, he throws second. While they're talking it over, let us go over the tie-break situation, which is now locked. As you might hear some applause for the champions. Congratulations again to Team Coleman. So the tiebreaker situation that is in effect is that Coleman is the champion, and we will have a tiebreak for second between Team McBride and Team McDonald. So there will be Sunday curling. So the first tiebreak game is set for 9:20 a.m. We'll be here for that. So Gilbert is throwing his second stone. They're doing okay on time as Kara Umflett holds the broom. And that's starting to pinball the blue on the yellow. Opens things up. Not quite sure what the score is. As Dan Stephanie quickly pushes out, wasting about 2 seconds. I say wasting, using 2 seconds. They didn't waste time. So it could be a tie game. It could be. I gotta think that Cerna's up, but I'm not quite sure by how much. As Dan Stone his draw to the top of the forefoot, and so I would guess they won't. Oh no, this is Umflett's turn. Sorry, I saw David Hurst stand near the hat, and David is the fourth for Oval, and Team Gilbert. So my bad. Um, Looks like they're going to try to hit and roll for their shot. I wish they had pushed the score. So Tara's shot is away, looking to, I think, just hit and roll. They want to hit the right side and then roll under the guard if they can without jamming. It was a nose hit more, but they hit it to make sure that it doesn't jam on the bat. So Gilbert is sitting two. And Dan Stephanie again quickly out of the hack. So despite only having about 2 minutes remaining, oh, I don't know. Um, looking to hit the blue out. The shooter's going to roll wide to the left to sit shot in the top 8 foot. As CERN is going down to get ready to throw. They're not wasting any time because they don't have any time to waste. So Umflet is going to throw the hit and roll again. You can see Cerna, the skip, already getting set up in the hatch because as soon as this rock stops and Gilbert clears the ice, the clock starts for Cerna. And that's Anto, the skip. So trading hits back and forth. Um, post the score, guys. They can't hear me. Uh, oh, maybe he did hear me. As we see Anto throw her first rock. So it was just a single for Team Cerna. So 1 to tie, 2 to win for Gilbert with the hammer here in this 8th end. Anto would like to steal the win, I'm sure. This is right on the money, maybe for 2. This 1, it jams in the back. So they just basically traded blue positions. And David Hurst, the 4th for Team Gilbert, is getting set in the hat. Um, they have 2 minutes. They have a decent amount of time, but there's no need to really deliberate too much. They want to make sure that they're sitting 2 for the win. Keep it clean, and I think make sure they don't jam. So as David Hurst gets set. Linelet's okay. Wants to make sure that they hit it to get it out. And then the shooter's going to roll to the edge of the 4-foot. So Anto is in the hack already for her last shot. She got all the time in the world if all the time in the world is 57 seconds. They are calling their timeout, which makes sense. So the question is where to put their stone to possibly steal the win. Uh, I guess they could be okay giving up 1 to tie, just based on the situation in the house. Um, I think hitting and rolling wide right might. Well, I just try to go for the double. I guess that might be what they're looking to line up. Try to line up the double, and that way all that Gilbert can do is score 1 if they can to tie and force the extra end. So this is Anto's last rock without the hammer here in the 8th end. Trying to make one of the blues goes away, and the second blue will also go away. That is a double takeout brought to you by doubletakeout.com. So now Gilbert is facing 1 and will need to either draw or hit and stick for 1. There's a technical timeout. I guess I'm making sure that the yellow might be out. But they can't really do anything. I mean, the clock should be maybe running here because there can't be any sort of measures at this point of the game of the end. Um, so so the measures can be done at the end of the end, or to use the binder bar or the T square to make sure the rock is clear of the house in the guard zone. Neither of those applies. So or none of those because the end of the end measure doesn't apply. They brought out the T square anyway. At least I don't think they should have. But I'm just the guy in the broadcast booth. So that rock is out. So they wanted to avoid the jam, which makes perfect sense. As we have the last rock coming from David Hurst, looking for a single to tie to force the extra end. And this is a little inside. It just kisses and misses. And so Anto steals the win with Team Cerna. Handshakes, as that is the last game of round robin. We do have the tie break set up for tomorrow. So make the final here on sheet D. 6-4, Cerna over Team Gilbert. So as we look at the houses at the conclusion of round robin play, there is a tiebreak tomorrow for second place. But to recap this draw, going from right to left on sheet A, Team McDonald won to secure a spot in the second place tiebreak, 7-3 over Team Aces. Sheet B, we have the contest between Team Barajas of San Francisco defeating Team McBride of OC Curling in San Francisco 8-1, pushing McBride to the second place tiebreaker. Sheet C, this was the game that secured the championship for Team Coleman, the 6-2 winners over Team Endicott. Team Coleman hails from San Francisco, Team Endicott from Coyotes, and on sheet D we have Team Cerna, skipped by Anto, the 6-4 winners over Team Gilbert. Team Gilbert from Oval Curling of Utah and Nashville. Team Cerna hailing from San Francisco, Coyotes, and Wine Country. And then the team that was off the ice for this draw was Team McLean. So let's take a look at the final standings before tomorrow's tie break. And we can see there that at 6-1, we have Team Coleman as the undisputed champion of the Playdown. They will represent MoPac at the Mixed Fours Nationals in mid-April in Denver. We have McBride and McDonald at 6-2 each, and they will be going to the second place tiebreak tomorrow morning. We have Barajas alone for fourth place, Aces in fifth, Gilbert in sixth, and then followed by Endicott, Cerna, and McLean. So that will bring our coverage of pool play to a close. We have one more game tomorrow morning. Our tiebreak is going to be set for 9:20 a.m. The game will be on the MoPac YouTube channel as always. And before we sign off, that game will be between Team McDonald and Team McBride. And before we say sayonara, want to express our thanks to our sponsors, including doubletakeout.com, offering a unique rankings and a stats system on the top men's and women's teams from around the world at doubletakeout.com, and by curling.gg. Curling.gg is proud to be an official sponsor of Team Canada's mixed doubles champions Brett Gallant and Jocelyn Peterman, and by Endgame Curling. Elevate your game with Endgame Curling. Learn more at endgamecurling.com. So at the end of 9 games of full round robin, we've learned a lot. We've had a lot of fun. Maybe had some laughs, and we hope to see you for the second place tiebreak tomorrow morning. And until then, on behalf of all of us here at MoPac and San Francisco Bay Area Curling, and with deep thanks to our corporate sponsors, this has been your host Ryan Olson saying good night and good curling.